Hello, everyone. It is Rory here at that Eurovision site, Eurovision with a Slice of Life. We are continuing on with our interviews for Dora 2026. And in this interview, I am joined by the amazing Zevin, who will be hopefully representing Croatia with her song In My Mind. Now, usually I try to start these with a little bit of the native language, but should I say živio? Should I say bok? Should I say zdravo? Like, there's so many options that you have here. So I'm just going to go all of them at the same time and say kako si.
Nice. Yeah, there are a lot of options, but how am I? I'm great. Working a
Amazing.
lot, but doing very good, honestly. Yeah.
Fantastic. It's fantastic to have you on as well. It's a pleasure to speak to you. So this is an amazing
Thank you.
opportunity. So, and I guess just to kind of get started, I mean, you were competing in Dora 2026. How was it for you when you got the call to say you're competing, you're in the competition?
Well, it was actually pretty fun because last year we also applied and we didn't get accepted, so I didn't know what to expect this year. But yeah, I was somehow feeling that I'm going to get in, you know what I mean? That so it wasn't such a surprise, but definitely I was happy about it. But at the same time, you also get a little bit panic because you know how much stuff you need to do in a 1 month, and there's a lot of stuff. And I know that my projects, my music videos, and everything, they take a lot of time because I want to make them proper, not just film something and edit and that's all, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a lot of work, but in the end of the day, very, very nice.
As you should be. I mean, the videos come out absolutely fantastic. I think
Thank
it's
you.
probably one of the most colorful ones that we have this year, which I mean makes total sense, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
amazing to see. So, and I guess like looking at the song, maybe at the beginning, maybe people who might not hear the lyrics, for example, first straight away, they might think of it as actually being, something quite happy, something quite bubbly, but there's actually a lot of depth to these lyrics. Could you just explain a little bit about the lyrics of the song?
Well, I'm talking definitely about this, maybe how I feel like an outsider and where you want to go outside because you don't feel totally accepted here in our, places, in our countries and everything. But at the same time, if you go out, you're gonna miss home and everything, right? So maybe
Mm.
this somehow inside clash with do you want to go out or do you want to stay here? And maybe because I've been working for 5 years bringing like some new sound on Balkan and it's going actually pretty great. I mean, it's hard because you have a lot of countries to fill on. But yeah, you can feel that void, and I think also people. It doesn't matter where you're from, you always can feel that vibe of missing home or feeling like an outsider anywhere. So yeah, I think it's very relatable, not just to Balkan, but overall.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
as well, also in general, when you touch on things like, your brothers and sisters are working in Germany and, you're obviously even talking sort of about like traditions and like in the music video, it's also kind of touching on those kinds of things. It's almost kind of getting back in touch with your roots when you kind of go away as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, whereas, because anyway, even if you go anywhere, roots are still in you, and this culture and tradition is also in you. And I see that when I was younger, I was just like, when my parents did something, I was like, no, I ain't going to do that, but you are doing that, you know what I mean? So yeah, also in music video, yeah, you can see some traditions. I tried to put them a little bit more, but I was just like, okay, cool, maybe I should stop somewhere, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit more accepted. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, as someone who goes to the Balkans quite often, because my boyfriend is from Zagreb, so like I understand like
Mhm.
the all of the vibes that I get from that. So, obviously just drinking all of the rakia and then just having obviously like the someone and the lepinja there, it's like it's always a great time, to be fair. So I was picking up on all of these little things, obviously just watching the video. So it was really fun
Uh,
to see. Um, and I guess as well, like, you've said like it's very hard for you to kind of like find something that's fully accepted across the entire sort of Balkans. I mean, you have a very big sort of fan base in Croatia, Serbia, Slovenia. Like, how is that to try and to not pander, but like to write songs and music to sort of appeal to such a wide audience? Because obviously, for example, someone in Macedonia is like a completely different way of singing and a different way of language, I guess, as well in that too.
Yeah, that's why I think my community, my people fan base, it's specifically mine. So it doesn't matter if I'm going to make my own language, they're gonna listen to it, you know? And in the end of the day, I know when I started, it was funny because I mixed Slovenian, Croatian, Serbian words, and people were just like, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean? But people still understood it, even if they were mixed words sometimes. So I think in our like new generation, Gen Z, they're just about the vibe in the end of the day, and they will get the whole vibe. But yeah, this one is actually in English. But like I said, in the end of the day, if we're talking about this music, this song, everybody understands the core of it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're from I don't know where, but you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, it
And also
sounds
this style of music, I think like every style also rock. It has their own generation, their own like people, public. So I think also my music has its own public.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And I think that's the thing because especially, with modern sort of pop music, a little bit of techno in there, a little bit of sort of this kind of EDM kind of style as well. I think that's obviously very popular now. So you're definitely like capitalizing on what's really strong at the moment, which I think is always a good thing to have because at least you can experiment in that kind of thing. I mean, with
Yeah.
some of your other music, like, are you one who likes to experiment in terms for how, like, who are some of your musical influences?
My influences when I was like small, it was Michael Jackson, then Stromae, Little Big.
Oh yeah.
But
Love
but
those acts. They're all great.
Also I like games. But you know, the point is that I don't know, I like to experiment a little bit to see which style I like, especially when I started, I was just like, is this what I want? Is this what I want? But with time people started calling hyper pop, which I don't think it's honestly hyper pop so much, but it has
Mm,
this accents of it, right? Because hyper pop is more actually hyper pop, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So it's a mix of everything. Also, this song, I think it has such a mix of a little bit trap, electro, then rock, then Balkan trumpets. Like it's a mix of everything, and I like that we came because it's really hard to make some new style and new genre nowadays
yeah,
because we have everything in music. So it's very fun to see that you can combine all of this, and I think every also population. I mean, generation can find itself in this song, I would say. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see that. It's definitely like one that has a very wide appeal, I think. And you have like something with a little bit of tradition, a little bit with a modern thing. It's just that kind of perfect blend, which is exactly what you like. It's especially when you're a musician. I think that's the fun that
Yeah,
you can just sort of take influences from here and there and just kind of combine them into something
yeah,
that's new and fresh in a way, which is
yeah,
fantastic. So, and also I have to say, obviously, you're very active on social media and we've seen you like have some fun with like Fenksta and also like all these kind of other acts that are obviously also taking part in Dora and you've even had some chats as well with Constracta as well. Like how has that been? Like has she given you much advice obviously because she's been and done the whole Eurovision circuit? Like how is she helping you in that kind of situation?
so yeah, about Constructa, yeah. Well, she's given me definitely some when the for the last year, she given me some ideas about how to approach it. But you can never tell for an artist what to do with the song or anything, you know,
Yeah.
or for the vision or the concepts of everything. But I just feel it helps a lot. It feels very good to have that community and people to support you because there's not a lot of artists. I mean, like I said, I know every artist. I know labels on back. I know like we know each other everywhere. But the problem is that not a lot of them understands this new wave. But I just think it's a matter of time that this new wave is gonna pop also on Balkan because Balkan is 10 years back. It always has been. And it's funny when people ask me stuff, I know I started doing like this modern pop stuff on Balkan, but and it's funny when you see now after 5 years, people and like these commercial artists started to put like in some sounds of hyperpop of 2000, but it's still a commercial vibe, right? But you can see also in the world, of course, but on a Balkan that the sound is changing. It's just a matter of time. But yeah, I'm very happy to know them, honestly, and I think I can very relate to Constructa because we're not doing commercial stuff, you know what I mean, so much.
Yeah. And you're
And
doing
it's that
things for the sake of the beauty of it and the art of it, isn't
yes,
it? That's the thing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, just saying, I mean, as much as I love Grand Records, I think it's definitely a place that Grand Records should probably be by itself. If you know the like again like the Vendys of the world, you know, and all of those. Yeah, I think it's a really cool. I think it's really cool that you're having that option to just kind of modernize that kind of that sound, I guess, to the Balkans. It's really interesting just to hear that kind of blend, you know. And then as well, I guess just in general, like obviously you're from Slovenia as well. So and obviously now it is a tough situation, obviously now with Slovenia having withdrawn from Eurovision. So, you know, was that part of the reason maybe why you decided to apply through for Croatia then, or what was the decision in order to go with Dora instead?
Definitely no, because like I said, I also applied last year,
Mm.
when here was EMA in Slovenia. But the problem is that EMA doesn't give so much space for artists. It's old school vibe totally. And at the same time, I know how people in Slovenia still look at Balkan people because I'm not Slovenia, and then people say I'm not from down there. Like you can never be anywhere, you know what I mean? And that's also this the problem of my mind that I'm talking about. But like I said, I've been working in Serbo-Croatian songs for years now, and I also felt in Croatia more at home than in Slovenia. So that's a part, and definitely I know that Dora accepts a little bit crazy artists, and I think artists has more freedom to show what they want, also with staging, visualizers, and so on. So that's basically why, and I also think that my song is more relatable to people down there.
Hmm. Yeah,
So.
yeah. I guess because I guess you know, the feeling is a lot stronger, I guess, because maybe they're more rooted in the tradition, maybe in people than people in Slovenia. I obviously I don't know so much about the
Yeah,
culture, obviously, but
yeah.
that feeling is that maybe that could be the case, you know?
I mean, definitely, it's funny because I've been growing up in Slovenia, but I know a lot of stuff that's happening down there, and I feel, yeah, just a little bit more at home down there than here. But we will
Okay.
see how people accept me because it's gonna be funny.
I'm
But yeah.
looking forward to seeing it. I'm sure it'll be a great performance. Oh, she's looking at the
She's
cat
watching
again.
the cat.
She wants to
So
make sure
yeah,
she's gonna get the cat. It's gonna be fine, honestly. What's your dog's name again?
Rory.
Rory.
Yeah.
Like me, like my name. That's
But
so
well, without I mean, if it's I, it's normal I.
aha, not with the
But yeah,
Y.
it's Rory,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, I feel like there's two Rorys on this. It's a crazy time. Okay, hello. Feels
Crazy
great.
time to
I
be
feel so
alive.
honored. Amazing. Fantastic. Yeah, and I guess just let's talk then a little bit about Eurovision. Have you been a Eurovision fan for a very long time? What are some of your sort of memories of the show? Have you got any favorite songs? Any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I definitely been. I've watched Eurovision like few years, well, since I was a child. But the one that I really remember, if we talk about Croatia, it's Severina and Stikla
Oh
when I
yeah.
was younger. Then that I remember was Toy Neta, is she Neta,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, Netta.
Because I found it like just hilarious, and I found it so amazing that she just came there. She was just like, I don't know, this energy that she has, you know what I mean? And she didn't care about what people think or whatever. And she was also a little bit crazy, so I love that a lot. Then of course I like 10 years of Daddy
Oh
was,
yeah, that is fair. Yeah.
yeah,
Great
I love it
song.
because it's so simple, but it's so nice. Then of course, Karya, Jost,
Hmm.
Domi, this like, yeah. Mahmoud,
Okay, yeah. You've got some really
and
good
that's
choices
fine.
here.
Yeah.
Well, that's very good because I mean, obviously, you know, like these are the kind of like up and coming, these really fresh artists that are bringing something that are a bit
Yeah.
more like punchy, I guess, which it makes
Yeah.
total sense there. And of course, anything more Stikla, I love that stuff. It's amazing. When you go off on a Balkan party with that, it's amazing. I love to do it. So I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess then as well, like, you know, then thinking ahead to Eurovision, like what would it mean to you then, I guess, to if you manage to win Dora and then you actually manage to get to represent Croatia on such like a huge stage like Eurovision?
Well, definitely. I always think, firstly, who of an artist could make the biggest stuff about career, you know? Because I know a lot of artists, yeah, they're great artists, but still, you need to manage this whole situation when you come to Eurovision and after Eurovision. And I know I'm already working on album. How do you say album?
Yeah, an
It is
album. Yeah.
album, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I also have plans for my projects on what I would like to do, and I know that this exposure would bring that. Also, I think it would bring, I think after Toy for a few years now, when we had Karia and stuff, there wasn't like a strong woman that had a little bit of that vibe. And I think also that would change stuff, to be honest. Because I miss just someone like with their vibe, but just woman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some kind of my stuff. And I think also like as a young artist that try to bring new sound on our spaces and everything would definitely mean a lot of a big step towards somewhere. Also, yeah, there are a lot of stuff, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's really cool. I think, yeah, definitely a good idea. And I'll again just get that thing of showing what else that the Balkans can bring to an
Yeah,
international
yeah,
stage. So
yeah.
yeah, I think it's
And some
fantastic.
new stuff because I think it's a little bit fresh and it has also, like we said, a little bit tradition and a little bit of modern stuff. So I also think it's a little bit poppy, like Eurovision, like and colorful and that and so on.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're definitely right in thinking that. It'd be really interesting to see how you will get on if you manage to win Dora, I guess, as well. And I guess then just maybe as sort of one final question, what's like if someone listens to In My Mind and thinks, okay, what I like really like Zevin's music. What is one song from your back catalogue that you would recommend people to listen to?
Blizu,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of
Okay.
people wouldn't say that, but I love Blizu so much.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I've never heard of it before, but I'm immediately putting it on my
Well,
playlist immediately. So
well,
I'm gonna
put
put it on
it,
it.
listen to it.
I will, I will. We're gonna get the streams up. It's gonna be fantastic. Amazing. And yeah, just then I guess just one sort of final question. What's your message to all of your new fans that will have discovered you now thanks to Dora?
Well, my message always is just to be yourself, honestly, and to not let people or tradition or anyone change you, because I think we're all special creatures and we should respect that.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's very important, you know. Just do what you want to do, guys, please. That's the
Yes.
least you could do. Amazing. Well, najlepša hvala i sretno u
Hvala i tebi.
polufinalu. It's going to be amazing to see how you bring this song to the stage in February. I can't wait to see how it's going to look. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.